Good morning, everyone. This is Narada Rishiraja with expeditiousfool.com, where we remove the obstacles with our DMP daily mindfulness practice each and every day. And I'm here with your advice from the Gita today. So let's go ahead and jump right into it and see what Krishna has for us today. Oh, one of my favorites. Master of Mystics. So this is chapter 18, verse 78. Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will always be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. I hold this to be true. So what is this saying? Well, in the first line, wherever there's Krishna, the master of all mystics. So why the master of all mystics? Supreme personality of Godhead. Now, supreme personality, so what does that mean? Does that mean it is the God of all gods? It's how it's often understood by Vaishnavas that get caught in the details, and those often get angry, and they lose the understanding of the teaching to begin with. No, it means the supreme personality of Godhead. We are all personalities of Godhead. Every spirit that you've ever heard of, it's a personality of Godhead. Every God that you've ever heard of is a personality of Godhead. Every tree, every leaf, etc. is a personality of Godhead. So all of these things are personalities of Godhead. That's literally all you are. You're just a personality of Godhead. That personality is changeable when you realize who you truly are, right? But it's a personality of Godhead is what Krishna is. So when we attach to that with our will, Arjuna is actually the will center, that solar plexus thing that controls your breath, right? So as long as we're able to exert will over that area, over our breath, that diaphragm, controlling that, we control the system. By controlling that will center, right, and attaching it to the master of all mystics, which is our higher processing units in the brain. When we do that, and how do we do that? By thinking of God all the time, whatever your conception of God. That's how we override the amygdala hijack. That's how we override the chemical addictions that your body has to chemicals that are not helping you, right? We have to turn inward. We do these processes. We exert our will, Arjuna, over the situation. And he is the supreme archer, right? What's the word that triggers everybody? Sin, right? Because we've heard it so many times incorrectly. Sin does not, we've heard it in sin. Sin does not mean that you're absolutely bad. Sin means that you missed the mark. It's an archery term. That's it. So Arjuna, the supreme archer, when we focus our will on the supreme goal, which is the highest good that we can do, as well as the highest good that can possibly be done, our higher brain focused on a higher thing out externally that is also internal, right? So by creating this dichotomy, this dualism, the monism is able to grow stronger. The one energy is able to grow stronger by us being able to observe it in its right way. I hope that this is all coming through for you. It says there will always be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. I hold this to be true. If we are operating from that will center, connecting and overriding the amygdala hijack, that initial fear response, we're doing all of these processes, then we are going to advance in opulence, victory, power, and morality. We're going to advance in all of those areas. It's going to increase in our life. Now, the morality portion is the reason why focusing on the Godhead and the devotional portion, right? That's the reason, because as you see in here, there's battles going on, right? The other side of this, so Arjuna's here, right? And he chooses Krishna. The other side, they are just as liberated as Arjuna. What makes them demonic? What makes them, working against the nature in the game, in the drama, right? What makes them against it is their faith. They are liberated beings, but they do not have faith. Therefore, they do not have that connection with Krishna. They have not overrode the amygdala response, even though they've liberated their systems. They'll look a whole lot like a lot of New Age spirituality folks that you have out there that are really, really stressed and angry and anxious all the time and mad at all of the things going on in the world. This will eventually, you hang on to those things, it taints you, it makes you angry, it makes you bitter, it makes you grumpy, it makes you aggressive, it makes you all of these things, which are literally just a chemical, which lets you know that you don't have control of those chemicals, because you need Arjuna and Krishna. You need your will focused on overriding this, that way you can get access to the higher centers of the brain. That's what's being taught here in chapter 18, verse 78. I hope that this message helps. This was a really, really big one today, so I expect a whole lot of questions in the comments. And by all means, if you want more information on any of these, I am starting a free Bhagavad Gita workshop in the area. Sorry if you're online, but I do trainings and teachings on yoga, so you can always schedule a session with me, and we can go in depth if you'd like. We can sit and talk about these things. That's one of the services I offer. So it's something to think about, but all the way, if you can develop your relationship like this is talking about in that symbolic way with that Krishna and your own Arjuna inside, you will have those victories, as well as develop morality. I don't have to give you a system as long as you develop it internally, right? Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day on purpose and stay mindful. Namaskaram.